Broken Jaw. Welcome along to Bendy's Beast Feast, another Meat with Meat. This time we have the legends that are Broken Jaw with us. How are we doing, guys?
Oh, it's a lovely day.
Alright.
Yeah?
Good.
Loving the weather.
Yeah, it's a nice day for it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day for it.
It's a good day to eat brisket.
It is a good day to be fair, every day is a good day to eat brisket. We've decided to do things a little bit different this time. So the lads have very kindly come to our house. We've not done this here before, and whether this turns out good or not is whether we'll do it here again. But they've travelled all the way down, so massive thank you for that. Really appreciate
Thank you
it.
guys
pleasure.
for having
Lovely
us.
to be here
Yeah.
at 16 Fine Church.
Yeah,
BS 14.
that's not a real address.
Right, that's
I made that
secret
up.
government location.
Okay, I'm gonna start off by just a few little bits and pieces. So you're formed in 2012.
Originally,
Mid 2012 originally.
Yeah.
And you're from around Stroud in Gloucestershire way.
Yeah, so
Around the way. So take me to those early days. How did it all start? What brought you to get into
Beer
it?
a while. So we're gonna fuck off now.
as these
We didn't
guys
exist.
are noting right now, the band originally started in 2012
Yep.
with myself and 3 other guys, and that was a long, arduous trek right through to about 2017 when they all upped and left, and I decided that I would carry on, but I would try and find some like-minded musicians who were open to making just music, going into a studio and just making music and having some fun with it.
Yeah.
Because I think we took it too seriously in the beginning anyway. Before 2012 I was in a couple of bands. Me and John have known each other for absolutely
It's got to be close to
20 years
now.
now, yeah. So, and we always said when we were playing in those two
We were
bands,
always in opposite bands, but we always said
Yeah.
we'd like to be in a band together, or at least do music
we think
together.
we would make some good music.
Yeah.
It's that person that you often look at and go, we'd get on, we'd work out, we'd do some good music, like, we'd make sweet love. But yeah, I think it took a while because it was 2019 that we all ended up, all of us now.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
2018 I'd say actually, 2018 I think.
19 as well.
Because 19 when we started gigging.
End of 18.
Yeah, it's the end of 18 I joined.
Yeah.
And then Josh joined at the start of 19.
Mid of 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was 20 when we were gigging.
Yeah.
So I think that was
Words.
the beginning of Broken Jaw, really, because the previous Broken Jaw, we'd only ever written pretty much 6 songs, and that was 6 years that we were together. Like,
Song
so-
a year.
yeah. It's not good, is it?
At least you knew what was coming. Like,
I mean, I think we wrote some other stuff, but it didn't
We're a bit
really come
quicker
to
than that these
fruition.
days.
But, you can see the productivity in the fact that we're already on the second album within 4 years. So
Yeah.
I think
And that's with COVID taking it as well.
exactly. So you take a year or 2 out for COVID as well. So I think you can see how well we're doing in terms of how well we gel, how well we get on, as you obviously have seen with us, in our personalities, and I think we're driven in the right directions, but we're also understandably wanting to have a lot of fun with it as well, and just enjoy ourselves, because what's the point otherwise, you know?
Yeah.
Do something for a cause, but also enjoy yourself while you're doing that cause, you know?
And that's the main reason I left my previous band, is because it stopped being fun.
Yeah.
Drama. You know? And as soon as it stops being fun, I'm out.
Yeah.
So the good thing is we've got the experience along with the youthful ignorance. So we have, there's obviously quite a big age gap between the youngest to the oldest, but we all don't see age in terms of how we get on and enjoy ourselves.
He does, because I keep telling him I can
we don't see age in the terms of shut up, youngster.
If he annoys me, I just tell him I'm going to marry his mum.
That's a wicked threat.
Yeah, I mean, Kerry would have something to say, but
It's still a good way to threaten Josh, though.
big shout out to Josh's mum.
Josh's mum.
We love Kerry.
We love you.
Josh's mum has got it going on.
Yeah. She made this fine specimen.
Josh's mum got it going on.
How red can we make you go?
She's gonna watch this on like the TV and stuff, and the entire time she's gonna like, you fucking
No, she'll love it. She'll be like, oh.
We'll wait and see the verdict's out.
Yeah.
We'll see if she'll leave a comment.
We'll have a poll. Will she appreciate this? Will her son be an embarrassment to her? Well, we already know that one.
That was decided a while ago.
Just got to look at those glasses.
So that brings us on to your debut album, Purge Yourself, which came out in 2022. 12 songs, signed to Oracle Management. How was that process for you, the writing? And obviously that's the first album that you've done as a complete group. Did you find it an easy process? Was it like-minded, like you say, you're working with like-minded people? Was that how it felt to you when you were writing this?
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it felt pretty easy when
Yeah, I mean, the first album,
it,
considering, like, with the second album on the way as well, like, the first album was definitely a lot easier. I think it just took a long time, obviously with COVID and stuff. It
was the break, because we were meant to release that in 2020, wasn't it?
We had like a year plan in 2020 of what we were going to gig and how we were going to record and stuff.
In front of us in terms, because before we'd recorded the album, we'd already got signed to Oracle, and Des and Anastasia had plans for us, and unfortunately COVID kind of took that out amongst other things that was going on as well. So it was a bit like it went from being like yeah to then and then we backburned it for a while because we were a bit like unsure of, well, if we release anything it's dead in the water. There's not much
point. It was a bit
point,
mad though, wasn't it, that like we were determined we were going to have at least 10 full songs on there, because 2 of them are like we wrote them, but they're like intros or and we needed that one more song, and during COVID we were just like ideas just weren't happening, and then
we ended up getting on conference calls.
We tried Teams, Zoom, Skype.
We tried every single one, testing it out.
And then we ended up writing the final song that we wrote for in about an hour.
In lockdown, behind our screens, talking to each other. Like, I think riffs got thrown around, and then ideas for structure got then thrown around, and then lyrics then got chucked in, and then before we'd even actually played that song, we'd written it and walked into a studio after lockdown, walked in, and we all knew what we were doing and just played it. Like, I think I let you guys play it through like twice without me, and then jumped in with the vocals, and everything just melded like that. That was lackluster. Like, I
still remember our first, I can't remember what it was on. I think it probably was Zoom. That was the trending one at the.
When we tried to actually jam over it.
Yeah, we were like, because like we didn't even think there was delay, and he was like, right, I'll count you in, and we'll all go, and it was like 3, 2, 1. It was like. It's just noise. We were like, that's not going to work. And we got like 4 months of lockdown ahead, as far as we knew then. Like,
it was interesting, and with how the signing to Oracle came about was we'd written
3.
We'd have written more, but we did a free track demo. I mean, the whole album was done on a shoestring budget. We're working class fucking metalheads and punk, so we don't have a lot of money, or
we don't have any money.
So we had to do things in the way that we could, and
our jeans are ripped.
And and so we tried our best to do what we could, and our friend Dave Grange at his studio, so we basically recorded with him for the demos. We did the drums up at a studio near me called DB Studios in Stroud, who is basically a guy called Butsy, which is very funny when I talk to him, because it's like, hey Butsy, how's it going? He's like, I'm good, Butsy, how's it going? And we giggle, like, and he's an old fellow who's been doing it for a long time, and he does it at the back of his house. Like, he's got his own little kind of studio. It's very nice, like all decked out, and he's very professional. So we did the drums with him.
Can't remember which song it is, but one of them, I'm trapped in the room.
Yeah,
like
filming Sean, because you had the drum room, and then
Butsy was like, you ready? And I was like, wait a minute. And
No.
there's a soundproof room. You can't hear me go,
So someone's
wait a minute.
just stood in the corner.
I'm
going,
just stood in the corner like,
No headphones, no earpieces. So.
I don't know what song without looking at that.
Yeah, I know, but it was. I mean, the funniest thing of that is the recording process, because just being at Dave's house in his little studio room. Like
you've known him for years, and we've known him for the time
he used
we've
to be.
known you, so.
That's the thing. He used to be in a band that I was in with him years ago, called Create Chaos. That was one of my first early bands. So yeah,
I'd known him a while from sport.
obviously, you'd known him and from the road and playing. So yeah, that was a whole interesting scenario and situation with that album. It was weird being given everything that you kind of work for to then have it taken almost away, and then
That's the
2
thing.
years later then having to release the album, and it's still not doing very well because everything's kind of bunched up
Getting
and
back together,
everyone's chucking everything out at that point, so attention is elsewhere, and then trying to pay silly money for marketing and media and press and everything like that, only for a potential hit of someone taking it on board. I hate the industry and how it's monopolised, and I voice it every day and everything. But I play to I play to the abilities that we have, and that's the thing that you can do, is make the best of what you can.
You said the other day that you loved being part of the machine. What are you talking about?
I put my suit on every day, and
I put my suit on, I go to work, and I cry
do we have to
I love to
practice
smell
on
it.
into my money.
I love the smell of capitalism in the morning.
Do we have to practice on Saturday? I can do some overtime for free.
When COVID happened, and then for like the 6 months after, it was really difficult to try and get new music out there or get gigs or anything, because everything had been
We were itching.
postponed and
We'd be
stuff, and
picked.
we just wanted to get out there.
We were picked up by 3 labels in those 2 years.
Yeah.
3 labels, and each one was like, there's no point in releasing anything at this point. One went bust. One decided to retire, and one then just ended up. That was the last one. Actually, was just dissolved again. So it kind of was a bit like, well, what's the point really?
We'll just do it
We'll just do it ourselves. Yeah. And we could have waited, but we're impatient people.
I mean, we've been sat on the album for 2 years at that point, so.
And it's been the same with this album, because during that 2 years, we then started writing this album. The next one.
It was like a week after we finished. Well, we recorded the first album, I think.
We started writing new stuff. Yeah.
Because what's the point in sitting around doing nothing if you're gonna have to wait? So we were like, well, let's write some stuff. Let's enjoy ourselves again. Like, let's just play some music for us.
It's just keeping the process going, isn't it? And like you say, you get into a groove of you're feeling where you're going, and you've got the right direction and everything. So, I mean, with the whole writing process, it always fascinates me with bands. I mean, I play guitar, and when I was younger, I was in bands. What's your process? Is there a set order in which you do to write a song? Like, is it guitars first, then the bass comes in? Then
it tends to be a guitar riff first,
An idea,
triggers,
and then it tends to snowball into a song then from all of our input.
Yeah, you'll either have, like, because all 3 of you end up, writing a riff, chucking it in, and then chucking it to someone else. Someone else then adds to it or rearranges it.
And
If you've got a load of riffs,
sometimes it'll be like, I'll write a riff, and it'll be like, oh, I really like that riff, but what's going to come after it? And I won't be able to think of anything. And then Sam or Josh will come with a riff and be like, that'd go really well with that.
Yeah, I mean,
it just
sometimes
you've had where it's some Frankenstein's monster of riffs.
Well, sometimes we have like a collection of riffs, and we just kind of compile it into a song. So
Or you get it where like we can't think of anything, and Nutsy being the vocalist again. Someone like
the phone.
There's been occasions like,
write the theme tune, sing the theme.
I feel like there's been a fair few of those songs on the albums, like where it's just like.
What if it goes do 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 instead of da 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 da?
And what if the drums go the entire through? Yeah, sure, great.
oh, that's brilliant.
I think we I generally try to structure them, because you guys all have the riff ideas, and I kind of put them in. Oh, that'd be good for a verse. That'd be good for a chorus. That'd be good for a bridge. Like, and then we try to go into the studio and practice them, and then they get all rearranged again and mixed up, and then
we tend to
too many, too little.
It's not very often we'll write a song and when it's recorded it's the same as it was the first time we go through it.
And it's all feel. It's all based on feel rather than based on numbers in terms of if we're feeling like there should be a change in the song, then that's when we go, I wanted to change there, but I don't know what to change.
We won't necessarily beforehand plan out verse, chorus.
No. It's
like this is a verse riff, this is a chorus riff, but we don't know how many of these we're going to play. Like we'll just play them until it feels right to change into.
It's usually the case that me and John just play through the song, and you'll be like, "This is a chorus, this is a verse," and me and John will be like, "Okay, part 2, part 3."
You guys don't really know. You don't really know verse choruses until we get to where there's lyrics made and song, like the vocals come in. But yeah, that's in a nutshell. That's pretty much how we.
And
do
like
it. If everyone chucks it into a pot and then
and if
see
one
what's
of us isn't like vibing with it, like I can't remember off the top of my head what song it was, but I remember Sean saying like, I'm not really like digging the song, and then we sort of dug into why and if we could change anything, if he could change, if it was what he was playing or what we were playing, it was like what and why wasn't it?
Then we'll kind of shuffle it around.
Yeah, there's never.
Yeah, we don't like to just say like no.
This is crap, or I don't want to do this.
Shit,
no,
basically.
it's why is this crap? Why is this not working? Can we fix it, or is it just going to be put in the bin or put into the? We never chuck anything in the bin anyway. Really, we put it to one side.
We still have a shelf of a million.
Yeah, so we can then go in and pick it later. Be like, I really remember that riff. That was really cool. Let's pick that out and see if we can do anything with it. There's no bad ideas really.
That's cool. So, where'd you get your inspiration from then? Is there? I'm obviously opening up a bag of worms here.
Budweiser.
Yeah, Budweiser. Actually sponsored by Fireball.
The breweries. We all pick inspiration from different places. I think that's what makes the music so varied.
Widely different places.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we each have different influences. They obviously cross over, and that's what makes it so.
Yeah, we've all got
unique,
very
weird.
different favourite genres then.
Oh, totally.
But then we all like the same thing as well. If you know what I mean.
So which, if each of you had a different genre, so if yourself want to see, what would your genre be? It's different to the rest of the guys. I mean,
That's different.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah, but that's what's different from it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love a lot of. I mean, this is where it's not so different from you, I think. But I love a lot of the old school, stuff like Frank Sinatra and some opera as well. Some Phantom of the Opera or Cats. Something a bit more theatre aspect to it.
Yep.
And I like to bring that into, not forcefully, but bring it into it a little bit. I think that's probably mine.
Mine would probably be 80s pop. I love cheesy 80s pop.
Cool.
Give me a bit of Duran Duran.
That's what I mean. Mine's not so different.
Rick Astley even. I love that stuff.
I think Rollins Band as well, because I think Henry Rollins is obviously up there for me, which is not necessarily for you guys. Like, I love the spoken word aspect into music as well, because you can't always convey stuff just through screaming or shouting or singing.
Well, the end of No One Cares. Isn't
Yeah, exactly that. Like, you add that human aspect to it that everyone can relate to then as well. Speaking of humans,
It's so weird. I guess one thing, because I do backing vocals with you sort of thing, the way I learned to sing was I used to, in school, I would do a lot of Italian opera sort of thing.
Okay.
So that's how I get the kind of power to my voice. I guess
You look
that's
like
kind
Pavarotti.
I think that's a compliment. That's something along the
it's the
line.
glasses, dude. It's the glasses.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, the whole ensemble really speaks.
It's almost dangerous how much you look like.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
High voltage.
We were thinking more
Benji. The fact that you go around singing "Just One Cornetto."
Any chance you get.
Warning.
It's all right, guys. I'll be at my practice my rowboat real quick.
my gondola.
gondola.
Yeah.
He's going to go to Italy
Briskets and
and
Take a rowboat.
he's going to eat brisket on a rowboat.
So this
Sam.
stupid English.
Josh is like, get the attention off me now, Sam.
What you listen to?
What influences you that wouldn't influence necessarily us? Like,
Yeah.
Something that you like that we wouldn't necessarily be into.
Oh,
Sleep Token.
Yeah. People listen to sleep. I listen to like a lot of stuff. I work with a lot of people with different tastes, and we have a Spotify we share, and we listen to everything. Like, I know back in like 2010, 2012, I listened to a lot of dubstep, a lot of like. I guess drum and bass back then was the beginning of it. Like, I wouldn't say it like influences what I. Bye.
Bye then.
I thought that was the crow.
That was meant to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I was like, where's the crow? Where's the crow?
They can stay down now.
The crow. Crows
Yeah,
are laughing.
but obviously doesn't like influence what I like write and stuff in the bank because I can't really dubstep. But yeah, I mean that's a lot of.
I mean, you could do, yeah.
Subconsciously, it might
we had like
affect you. That's
a
the thing. You might
bass drop.
influence
I guess bass drops come from
Yeah,
that sort of
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
To be fair, a bass drop can be the same as a breakdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of kind of dance riffs as well. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You just the dance
Well,
kind of.
One of the new songs on the new album that we haven't released yet is very like
Dance
dancey sort
disco.
of influenced.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like so.
We were writing those riffs. It was very like inspired by a lot of disco sort of stuff.
So that's
It's weird.
I think that's it might not be at the forefront of your mind, but subconsciously, like I mean, we're influenced by. I don't go into writing something and instantly think, oh, I'm going to do it because this guy did it or this band did it or it's more of a,
we never like preempt what a song is going to be like genre wise or
you just go in and you listen
Yeah.
to something and you go, oh, I can do that to that, or oh, this would be quite good, let's try this. And
we've never been like, oh, I really like Partway Drive, so let's do a song like Partway Drive.
Yeah.
Although we do all love Partway Drive, we don't want to sound exactly like them.
No, you want to be
We
yourself.
want to be ourselves, and
the most authentic thing you can do,
and I think that's what I love the most about our new album is that we've kind of grown into our own sound on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it still sounds like the first one, but it's got a lot more.
There's a little more in there. There's like a little
Yeah.
more like free range that we could have done.
Free range music.
Well, it's like free range music. Free range music. Come and pick it up.
Yeah, we've
I mean, that goes with one of the tracks. We are free range eggs.
yeah, I think all of our influences have melded together better on the new one.
Yeah, definitely.
I think but then we've been together now, 4 or 5 years, so you'd expect us to be a little bit more comfortable in throwing out.
6 years.
6 years now.
20.
Yeah,
Four.
yeah. Almost 6 years.
You keep.
But we
everyone
take-
forgets about
we always-
2020.
It's the COVID, man. It's the
Yeah,
COVID.
we always take the 2 years off for COVID because that doesn't count.
But yeah, I think it's nice that we're comfortable enough to go in, write some stuff, because this album felt just as easy as the last one.
Yeah.
You went in, you did it. There was occasions when the same as the first one, where you went in and were like, this doesn't really work, or that doesn't meld. And we wrote songs to then end up putting to one side or not using. Same as the first album, we had songs that we then took parts from and put them as a new song. That's what you want to do. Is there?
And it's weird as well with the new album. The very last song we wrote again was written just like that.
And it was
It was
because
like
we were
the
like
easiest song to
Yeah.
write.
and it was much like with Lackluster from the first one. It was very much we've got the time, no pressure, because we've already got the studio booked.
That was No One Cares.
Yeah, exactly. So why don't we just write a track?
Ironically.
Let's just write a track and see what happens. And like you said, ironically, it was No One Cares.
And it just came like that. And it was like, how can that happen 2 albums in a row? That's just weird.
I'm hoping it happens all the time. That'd be nice.
It's a good sign, though, isn't it, of things to come? The fact that you're able to, and I think when you can just write an album, and yes, and you've got the final song, and it does come like that. I think that shows the fluidity between you all.
Yeah.
To be able to
You're not
actually
forcing anything.
No, it's natural.
And I think
which-
that's what's nice about this new album is we didn't force any of it really.
Yeah, we didn't pressure ourselves, and I think that's what we'll continue doing throughout the process, is just not forcing it. I think way too many bands get caught up in, what they think they should do rather than what they want to do.
Yeah.
Just write the music and have fun with it.
Sometimes we've gone into practice with the idea of writing something, and a bit about like hour, 2 hours in, we've been like,
It's not
none
possible.
of us are really feeling like writing anything. Let's just play.
Yeah.
Let's play a set
Let's
practice.
see.
Yeah.
Let's just play like what we already have.
And then other times, like somebody will go to the toilet or something, and whoever's left in the practice
Jam a
room will
little
start
bit.
just
We'll
messing
start
about.
jamming, yeah.
And then all of a sudden somebody go, "That's really good. Record it."
Yeah, it's usually Sean. It's usually Sean. He's like, "Oh, record that. That was really good."
It's the thing. I'm usually the one in the loop. Because we have in-ear
That's
monitors.
his weak bowels influence.
No. I didn't mean I go to the loo. I meant it's usually me in the loo, like with in-ear monitors, listening, going, "That's pretty good."
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, can't hear me.
Really good.
So, is this your full-time job, then, or do you all have jobs?
We're all
got day jobs, yeah.
we're all
very
blue-collared
poor.
working class.
Yeah.
So we struggle to get by, and we do what we do because we love it. It's a labour of love.
Yeah.
Our playing music is almost like a religion. We do it every kind of Sunday, every weekend that we can, because you want to get the stresses out. You work hard through the week, and what's better than going into a room and shouting down a mic or playing guitar, bashing drums, and playing bass, shouting. It's what freedom is. You can do whatever the fuck you like in that room,
Yeah.
We're getting to
between five good friends,
We're getting to a point now where we're quite lucky that the band almost pays for itself.
Yeah.
We don't have to pay a lot out of our own pockets to
Yeah.
do
and then
things.
be a bit
Totally.
able to have to afford stuff.
Yeah. Whereas obviously at the start,
It was
anything we
very much.
wanted to buy, we had to.
Which is
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
this album has got a lot more production to it. It's
Yeah.
because we worked so hard last year to be able to afford to do this.
Yeah.
And that's a luxury that we don't take for granted because not a lot of bands get that, especially within the time frame that we're in. And that's why a lot of bands, I feel like, peter out, is because they have too high expectations too early on, and then end up their stress gets to them, and the reality hits in that you're not necessarily going to make a massive profit or a living out of it.
You have to put in to get out.
Yeah,
what
Yeah.
you
want.
gotta you gotta have money to make money. Is the old
People
saying,
seem to think that we're lucky, but we've worked really hard.
Yeah.
there is no such thing as luck.
No.
No, you make your own. Okay, so you've been described as too metal for punk and too punk for metal. I think that's a nice position to be in, to be fair, because you don't fall into one category. And I can see why that's been said, because, like I say, there's some of the riffs in it are really metal, and then there's other bits that are very punk. And like I say, when we recently interviewed Adam from In Search of Sun, he was saying the same thing. Nobody can put them into a specific genre.
That's why we get on with them so well. Like that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah, shout out to Adam, by the way.
Yeah. Much
Love
love
you,
to
Adam.
you.
We actually went and saw In Search of Sun in Cardiff
On their tour,
week
yeah.
before last.
Oh, amazing.
And
were fucking
So we got to hang out with them and
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
They blew us away.
I think that's. I've known the guys since 2017, and we got on with them really well. So I think it made sense because we've played with them as well,
Yeah.
and we're very similar in aspects of that. You can't pigeonhole them into one certain genre or one certain thing, and it's the same with us. They're their own unique original sound, which is very hard to come by in this day and age, and it doesn't necessarily favour you well in this industry because people won't take you up on things if you're not within what's popular or that's going around at that point. And that's the same for us, is we tick a lot of boxes, but we don't necessarily fit a lot of lineups that want.
We've
that,
recently started a list of what people call us in genre wise.
There's so
And,
much.
like, and, like, that's the thing, like,
honestly, yeah.
like
It's so like subjective.
Someone would come up to us after a show and be like, "Oh, that was really like what the party grind."
It was party grind.
Party grind.
And I was like, it's probably
I don't even
the
know what
best
that
one
means.
I've ever heard, if I'm being honest.
That's a good. Just describe yourselves as that for a minute.
Party grind, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Music
we've
is objective. That's the thing.
I've
about
always
it.
wanted to call us petal.
Yeah, or monk, or
metal,
monk.
so
Or
petal.
monk.
Punk or metal, like punk or
Monk
monk.
or petal.
Yeah, monk or petal. So,
Just change it up then and do it yourselves. Just create your own.
Genre.
I think actually Adam said that they called themselves monk.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is really funny
That was metal
because
funk.
yeah,
Metal
because,
funk.
because that was the thing. Because I was like, I watched the interview and went, we do that. It's like, which again, it makes sense of why we get on so well. You know, like we're in that minority of bands where you just can't stick us into one certain thing, and so therefore we have similar experiences from two very different types of music. It's wonderful, and I think that's one reason why we probably get on with them so well as well, you know.
Well, speaking of Adam, sorry, quickly, we've actually got a question from him. Right.
There he is, the beautiful bastard.
Good afternoon, this is Adam from In Search of Sun, and I have some questions for the lads in Broken Jaw when you have, of course, finished stuffing your faces with Bendy's rather wonderful beef. First question is, where did the band name come from? How did you come up with Broken Jaw? Second question is, what's the meaning behind No One Cares? Not that I care. And the third and final question is, what's next for Broken Jaw? Do you have anything else in the pipeline?
I should bring him up right now and be like, what do you think of it?
What's going on there?
Talk, Nutsy, talk.
Go on, Nutsy, talk.
So if he picks up, he might be asleep.
He's not going to pick up, is he?
Or directing.
Or directing.
Hey!
Hello, mate.
Is he driving?
Poor connection, trying to move to better signal.
What's going on, man? How's it going?
You alright?
Can you hear me?
That's
Yeah, we can hear you,
fucking
Just.
awful connection, Adam. Jesus Christ.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, just about, man. I'm going to. What's going on, guys? How's it going?
Good. We were going to answer your
Look,
questions.
look.
What's that? Polyfiller?
Polyfiller.
What are you doing with polyfiller?
I'm filling in all the really, really nasty gaps in my life.
Good. That's what you need to do, brother. Fill those holes and move away.
Any minute now.
Minute now.
Nutsy will answer the question.
Yes.
What's the story behind, bro?
This is like 5-star service. I ask a question and the men themselves.
Look at my...
So, the first question. First question was, where did the band name come from, yeah?
God.
Where did the band name come from?
When I was younger, I got punched and my jaw broke. Didn't know I'd broken my jaw. Years later, found out when I was at a doctor's surgery, when I said, oh, I'm getting pain in my ears. They were like, this is like 6 years down the line, they were like, oh, well, let's check. And they checked and they could feel the cartilage of where my jaw had been pushed to one side, and they said, you've had your jaw broken and you've not had it reset, so that's where
That's why
it
you're so
ugly. Which is occasionally why I get a bit of lockjaw in the winter, like my jaw will click something bad. But yeah, that's where broken jaw comes from, and as these guys rightfully said,
Oh wow.
not that interesting. And then
Pretty cool story though, man.
well, I mean, it wasn't for me at the time.
No, not all the time.
Years later, I could. I didn't hit the guy back. That was the funniest thing. I just looked at him and went, "What are you doing? Why?
I'm gonna make my future out of this.
Jokes on you, motherfucker!"
You sir have made me a lot of money.
But yeah, like the second question was, no one cares. What was the meaning behind no one cares? Yeah. I mean, you should know. You directed it.
No one cares.
I think me and you have had this discussion before of
Yeah, don't talk about the podcast.
yeah, you do know, and this is, I'm going to let everyone else know, but I was trying to bridge a thing. I was trying to bridge it here by being like, me and you have had the many conversation about how it's hard in life of where there's so many important and massive inequalities and injustices that go unnoticed because people just don't give a fuck at the end of the day, and people don't care. And if people stop just for a second and stop taking the piss and knocking people down, then we'd have probably a better system of where people will fight for their rights and make better impressions. But also how in the industry, in the music industry, we are by all means left because no one cares about us if we're not putting money in their pockets, and how hard that is to get by and do it. And it is almost like the video of where you're running around screaming in people's faces, chucking spaghetti bolognese and pouring soup over their heads, and yet they still don't care unless you're lining them with money. And that's no one cares is basically in a nutshell that.
What was the third question?
The third question was...
Probably my favourite shot from the video, the old spaghetti thing.
The spaghetti one. It's funny how many people have said that the soup one is their favourite.
I like the spaghetti one.
Yeah, but the spaghetti one just comes out of nowhere.
It's a tie between the soup and the spaghetti, but the reason I think I go with the spaghetti is because you do not expect it at all, whereas the soup is like the anticipation and all that.
It's the face of going, well, yeah, I think that's why people probably lock onto the soup, is because they can see it.
It's the licking afterwards. When we were shooting that, I was like...
Every time that's...
Well, I remember, I was already going in for the lick when you were shouting, lick it, lick it, lick it. And I was like, dude, I'm already going in for the lick. There was never any question. I'm doing it anyway. And then what's next for Broken Jaw? And let these boys.
I don't know.
we buy a pool.
We wish.
We wish, man. Not to say that your house isn't like your house.
We're now insulting his house.
Yeah, they're at my house.
It's the house.
Be gone.
Fucking God.
Oh yeah, of course. You're doing great, man. You got a poll.
Let's just go with yes.
Yes. There is one.
There's a
You
pool.
should come over. Like, come
Just
on.
that shot over there.
I'll take
Next to
I'll
the,
take it, man. I'll take it. I wish the signal was better. I can barely hear you guys.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Well,
That's all good. And Mr. Coleshaw, how are you?
I'm very good, and yourself, sir?
Yeah,
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good. I want to come back and have some beef again.
It's all ours. You can't have any. No. It's ours.
Get him off!
Get him up. Get him out of here.
I'll speak to you soon, dude.
Yeah, wicked.
The delay.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you lots, dude. See ya.
Love you, brother.
Alright, bye guys. Nice to meet you all. Loads of love.
Bye.
Bye.
Better answer his last question.
Yeah, better answer his last question. I hope you're watching now, Adam.
What's
you can
next?
tune in to watch the last one.
What is next?
Yeah.
We've got quite a few shows booked.
Yeah, I think I said about 21.
21
for the
shows
year, and
earlier,
they're still
yeah.
coming in.
We're supporting the Chromags.
Yeah,
obviously
Chromags.
next up,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
That's in Bristol on
we're doing
the
Ocho Calacas as well.
6th of...
5th of
July.
5th of July.
Then when we're doing Ocho Calacas.
Ocho
11th of
Calacas. 11th of August in Birmingham at the Devil's Dog, and then 24th at the Devil's Dog again.
Yeah.
So twice in 1 month at Devil's Dog, which I'm looking forward to, really looking forward to, because I love that venue so
Awesome
much.
venue.
And I love
Amazing
Brian the
venue.
dog.
Brian Griffin.
Oh man, you meet Brian, he's so
Brian Griffin.
so lovely. But yeah, and then other than shows, we've got got
The
loads
rest
to
of the
do with the album. Like, we've got-
Planning music videos.
Yeah, planning music. Well,
like idea.
planning to
brainstorming.
release a music video. So we shot another music video with Loki and Adam, and then we're shooting another one with them later on in a couple of months again for another track, and then we've got lots going on at the moment, like plenty going on to keep us busy and not concentrating on all the crap.
Totally.
See, no matter where I go, no matter who I seem to speak to at the moment, Loki's just the man at the moment. For like, I know he has been for a long time, but Sean's just I had an interview with Ingested a few weeks ago, and he's just done their new.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He did it the
isn't
same
he?
week,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Was it the same week?
The same week, yeah.
Same week
because
as us,
he was.
yeah, 'cause
I think it was like 2 days before
They
us.
were before us because he'd injured himself on the shoot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he fell on the water, the rocks.
He'd
Oh, Christ.
fallen off the back of a rock onto another rock. Bless him. So he hurt his back. So we was trying to keep him well.
He's such a cool and funny guy as well.
It's so
isn't he?
lovely, down to earth, and genuine. That's the thing. And again, but then I'd expect that from Adam's company because Adam's the same, you know.
Yeah.
And the talent, like the shots he came up with, that
Oh my god, yeah.
you know, you yourself you wouldn't really contemplate. And he's like, "Oh, do this," and you're like,
That was the first time we worked with like Loki, but like it was like, I mean,
it was almost like he was an old friend. Wasn't
yeah, that was the thing.
yeah,
Like
totally.
the ideas flowing between what we had in mind and what he had in mind, just
Yeah.
like mashed together to
Totally.
make
When
like,
we were
it perfect. Like
when me,
Crazy.
Sean, and Adam were all video calling and going through ideas and structure and storyboarding and planning out what we needed, where we needed, and why we needed it. We all just instantly felt like we'd known each other, and anything that I threw at them, they would then come back and had the ideas, and nothing was off the table. It was really nice. It was, you got to see what they their sense of humours were like and what ours were like, and
even when we were filming, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like somebody would be like, "Oh, what about if we do this?" And everyone would go, "Yeah!"
that was just the first video. Like with the second one, I mean, there's a whole
The
massive
second
story.
one is amazing.
There's a
The
whole
second
massive
one's
story
batshit
with it,
crazy,
which
put it that way.
we can't go into the story of before we start shooting until it's released. But yeah, there's a whole massive story of something that happened that delayed delayed the shoot in the first place.
Yeah.
So that will be fun to let that out as well. But that whole shoot was just as insane as the first one. So I think
More insane, I
you
think.
reckon more insane?
Yeah,
See,
so.
I don't know. I can never determine, but I'm going to leave it to everyone else to decide which one is the
just say
crazier
one
video.
thing
but-
about it is that we turned that cafe inside out.
Yeah. That cafe got moved around
It'll never
so
be the
much.
same.
Yeah.
again.
Massive shout out to Cafe Max and Stroud. Thank you so much for
Amazing
letting
food.
us do it. And lovely food again.
And
Like, no mediocre food in that place. So yeah.
Good food.
See, in that video, you were supposed to have somebody be a guest chef, weren't you?
Yes.
But they couldn't make it, unfortunately.
Yes.
That was Tom Hughes, aka Tubby Tom.
Bless him.
Oh, was it Tubby Tom? Was
Yeah, I
it?
asked
No
Tom.
way.
I asked Tom to
I didn't know that.
come and shout at Sean, but he couldn't do it, unfortunately, because he had so much with this festival and
Makes
everything
sense,
lined
yeah.
up, so he's very busy at that point.
We
But
did get our friend Ashley Harter, who actually
who did the first videos. Like
we did the
Oh,
first
yeah,
couple
it
of
kind of
videos,
worked out
yeah.
serendipitous in the end because
Sash Slush.
Yeah,
so,
with
All the
yeah.
videos from the first album, Ash,
Ash
apart from
did,
the very last one, wasn't it?
yeah, that was just our one. But yeah, Ash from Arch Photography, he did our first video.
He's done
So
all our promo shoots.
it
and
was
that
really
as well.
nice that he could step in and then be in the music video, and he got to shout at Sean instead.
It's nice to keep a small group around you.
Oh, for real, totally, yeah.
Coming back
Everyone
to-
in that video, everyone in both videos, is close friends with us. And
Except
and
for my
there's
friends who didn't fucking turn up. I know you're fucking watching, you assholes. You didn't fucking turn up, did you?
Did
You'll
you?
take your glasses off to make it more
Name and
serious.
shame, name and shame, name and shame, every single one, like every single one.
I know you live at West Country Lane 227.
I'm coming for you, brother. I'm coming for you.
There's a whole ton of people coming for you now,
Turning into
asshole.
Macho Man Randy.
Oh yeah! It was nice to have people and friends and family that were there, like that had supported us throughout the years, and yeah, bless them so much for staying, because we'd obviously
It was like late as well.
Yeah, we'd
like, that was the
scheduled
issue.
shoot times, and
we didn't want to be there, so I can't imagine that they didn't want to be
shoot
there.
times, and
We were finishing at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
It was
yeah,
crazy.
so we were doing. I mean, we'd always planned for the band to be there from 6 p.m. and the guys to be there from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. That was our, filming schedule. But we'd planned for the extras, bless them,
leave,
to only
like,
be
whatever.
from 9 till 1, and this was in the weekdays as well, Wednesday and Thursday. So they, either booked time off or generously given their time, and you could see. I mean, one of my friends, Jammers, much love, Jammers.
He had to leave halfway.
Love you, Jammer.
through.
Yeah.
Love you, Jammers.
He's in the second one, but Jammers.
He's the soup man. He's the soup man.
He's also my tattooist. But he's
Designed our emblem as well.
Yeah, designed the emblem as well, the original emblem. Like, but he's been in films, like proper films, so he was clued up. He knew he had to wait for ages and be on set.
Professional shooting. Like, we're gonna put soup on your face.
When I posed the question to him, he was like, "Yeah,
sure."
He completely like was up for it and everything. So he loved it. Like, it was so funny to have him do that as well. It meant so much.
I think out of everyone there, he was the perfect one for it as well, because he's very.
Because he was bold.
He could.
Let's not beat around the bush here. He had no hair.
Bold in giving his all. Like,
Yes,
he's very
yes.
bold.
But he also has no hair. So
Man's got gumption.
As the night went on, people, as we did things or acted things out, people were cracking up, and Jammers just didn't find any of it funny.
Yeah. He just keeps a straight face the whole night.
Professional, man. He's a professional. Yeah. It was amazing to see how many people didn't break character, didn't crack up. Especially the spaghetti. I 100% expected to have to do it a couple of times.
I thought Dean was going to crack up.
I thought Laura was going to on the other side. Like, I thought she was going to absolutely ball when it hits his face. But both of them just played it so straight faced. It was lovely. It was amazing that everyone gave their all, understood the assignment and smashed it. And I think
it's a cracking video.
People are loving it. So
just hit 9,000 views as well.
We're hoping we got 2 days in which to hopefully get it to 10k.
So watch.
That's our
watch our video.
That's our own personal goal. It means nothing really in the grand scheme of things, but to us,
like we
it's one
fell asleep and we were like, oh cool, it's on. I think it was on 400 or something. So I went to bed in the morning. It was like maybe one of us woke up first and was like, it's on 2K.
God, fucking damn.
What?
And it kept like it was weird, just like throughout the last couple of weeks, it just keeps flying up to another K. And we're like, wow, that's insane.
When you compare it to the first video we released over a year ago, that's on 3.1k.
And that was over a year or two.
No one cares. It's on
9k
9k in a month.
I think that's also a
without
reflection.
being funded as well. That's the other thing. Without being funded by any of the big, media or PRs or press or anything like that.
Yeah, we have
it's just been organic.
And if it has been on like any articles, spin off other people's backs as well. Like we had what was something games.
Oh, they
gave us a nice little
That's the
review.
thing. I love seeing how many emails I can send out in a month.
Andy does too.
And seeing how many I get back. Because you could send out. I think I sent out close to about 500-600 and got about like 10 back. And that's how you know who in the industry is in it for the right reasons and who's in it for the wrong reasons. And those are the people we go back to. So when the first album got released, I went back to the same people that released it in the first place. And those are the people I'll always stick with. Yeah. If we end up, hopefully, fingers crossed, we end up in somewhere, a position where we're pretty well off and known and doing well for ourselves, then I can still go back to those people and pay it in return, because that's what you want to do. You want to meet those people that are, helping you up on the way back down as well. So
100%.
Bring them up with you.
Yeah, exactly. Help each other up. It's all about punching up, never punching down.
I think the key is as well having a solid group of people around you. You can count on. No matter what you need, they're going to be there and they're going to have you back.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's what you need, especially in this industry. And I think you're saying about the first video and this one, I think that shows the shift in the way music's being listened to, the way the whole industry's going at the moment, in the fact that everything is going through social media. Kids aren't watching TV anymore. There's no MTV as we knew it when we were younger. It is all online, and it's a hard thing to adjust to. I think that's the thing. You've got to evolve as a band, but I think having that core group of people around you, you can always fall back on them. You can ask their opinion. They're going to be honest with you. They're going to give you their true feedback.
You can't do it alone. That's the thing about
you can't.
You've got to help each other out and do as much as you can. And unfortunately, a lot of the bands in even the local scenes and circuits, they just don't help each other out. They don't share each other. They don't praise each other. They don't pick each other up when they're.
They look at it as more of a competition,
which is sad.
And that's not how we look at it.
No.
That's not
everybody should help each other.
That's not helped sometimes by places putting on competitions and sort of pushing that onto bands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
we sort of stay away from that. We
try to stay away from that.
Competing to get,
slots
slots and stuff like that, and paying to get onto, lineups and stuff like that as well. It's a defeatist point of view, because it's never helping any of the bands that come after you as well. And that's what I hate about it more than anything else, is they're not paving the way for other people to then follow. You got to try and think about who's going to struggle after you, because if you struggled in the first place, have some empathy and do it for the next person.
Yeah, I agree.
Live and learn. And pass that on.
You shouldn't be able to pay to be able to be on a spot. It's not what it's about. But unfortunately,
you got to play the game to a degree, but I mean, we play it dirty, so we don't play to win, we play to watch them lose. So the industry, that is.
Right, I'm going to take it down to the last couple of bits now.
Right.
Number one, you should do a collab with Tom and get him to do a rub based on you guys.
Well, it was originally the idea. I turned around to him when the band was, I think when we were just kind of starting out.
Yeah, it was like at the very start, we wanted our own barbecue sauce.
We just couldn't afford it,
honestly,
and that was the first point of contact, was me turning around to him and being like, we're sponsored by Fireball at that point, so we were like, let's do something Fireball based with Broken Jaw, like it'd be really cool, like barbecue sauce, maybe something like that. So yeah, that'd be really good. And then now look at him, he's collabing with everyone, and it's been lovely to see. And I don't mind that we haven't done one, but we couldn't afford to do one, so that was the problem. But maybe when we can afford to do one, like that's when we'll do it. And I'm sure Tom would be more than happy to have us. Please! I mean, I've got a lot of respect for Tom. Like, I mean, I've known him for, like I said, absolute years, and seen him grow things from the ground up. And it's the same as this industry. Like, you appreciate the people that have started with nothing and worked their asses off to get to where they are. And that man has worked his ass off, along with his partner Laura as well. So.
Yeah, she's just gone full time with him as well, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Which is really, really good for her. Right, last two bits, and I'm going to be really cheeky today, and we haven't done this before, but you probably noticed when you came into our house that we have a various assortment of musical instruments. How would you feel about doing a cover song acoustically?
God. I don't know anything apart from I was like, since joining the band, I've forgotten everything.
It can be any song that you want.
You can dance.
Yeah, you can dance in the background. It doesn't have to be.
I mean, I feel like that's a fun idea, so I'm more than up for it, even if I destroy something.
Right, that's cool. That's cool. Last one from me then. Is there anyone that you would nominate?
100%. Like, yeah.
Talk like this in the car.
I mean, we can talk about it on our shirts, right? Like, that's what we were saying. So
these boys, you want to get
first boys, Stickman.
With the Welsh Dragons.
Okay.
Like Stickman, absolutely wonderful human beings. Disco punk band.
Amazing.
So good to see live.
Really,
like, honestly,
really
if you ever get the chance,
well.
you see them online, go and see these boys. They're just as outrageous as us in terms of their stage show. So we fit so well. As two completely different kind of styles of music, but when you watch us in one show, you don't know which band you should be dancing to more. I feel like they would love this as well.
Stickman.
Stickman.
Over to you.
And also Thrasher 2E.
Thrasher 2E.
Yeah.
And they would be perfect because they are chef metal.
Chef metal.
Chef metal.
They write
all of their songs are to do with food and cooking and things like that.
They're the perfect band for you guys.
That is awesome.
They dress as chefs when they play live.
They give out food when they're live as well, like cakes and stuff like that.
Oh, 100% then. Yes. So Thrasher 2E.
And also
Nameless.
I was going to say Nameless. Our boys are Nameless.
Our brothers and Nameless are like
because they're lush as well.
And
lovely
we
guys.
love them
So Nameless, Thrasher 2E,
and
Stickman. Right. All of you, if you can get in touch, we can make it happen.
Do it.
Do it.
You can do it.
Do it. Do it.
Right. Beef. Is there anything you guys wanted to ask us?
I love you. That's not a question.
That's question. It's when he asks you if you love him back.
I love you too.
Just say it, even if you don't mean it. How are you enjoying all of this? Like,
honestly, I couldn't imagine.
Like on the opposite side, you know, like.
I love it. I mean, I'm not the most confident person in front of the camera, and at the start I struggled, didn't I? And I did struggle, and I say a lot of the same things over and over again, and it's taken me time. Number one, to shut up when someone else is talking. That's probably the biggest thing. We watched it back, and I was like, shit, I talk a lot. I'm talking over the band that I'm interviewing.
I mean, we feel the same way for us.
So. Of the band.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
I mean, I'd watch that personally. You're just talking over
But he loves
somebody.
you. He loves you.
Look, no, I'm meeting some really cool people along the way. I'm getting to cook and do things that we love. I'm trying to combine things that there's no one else doing this.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's either it's so like cool because it's different.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was talking. So I work in a kitchen as well, and I was telling them all about this, and I was like, "That's fucking wicked!" Like,
it's a great idea, man. Like, it's. I mean, we drove down here fully with the expectation of being like, this is going to be really fun, you know, because we've seen stuff that you've done. We knew what you were about as well. Adam's told me about you as well, so we were like, let's make the journey just to go and have a sit down, a chat, and some brisket, you know.
It's massively appreciated. It's beers.
And then we'll go out and watch another band later on.
Yeah, totally. So that's something else that's happening tonight. We're going to go out and watch a band.
We're going to go get drunk. How did you get into cooking, like in terms of brisket and like, you know?
Brisketing.
This came about actually at my brother-in-law's 40th because a good friend of ours, CJ, can I see you? He brought over a beef short rib. And I'd never eaten anything like it before, and he was kind of paving the way for it. So he brought it over, and it was just like a moment of clarity.
You went, I can do that better.
I'm going to steal that.
I'm going to steal it. Yeah. Do it better.
No, he's still smoked. There's a big group of us that all smoke meat.
Yeah, nice.
But I tried to just find a slightly different way.
You've got your own community there. Like,
yeah.
That's the thing,
but that's kind of how I fell into it, and then Bev and the family, bless them, they bought me my smoker for my birthday, and it's just kind of built from there. And we love cooking together. We're at our happiest when we're cooking together, and we just kind of bounce off each other, don't we?
Food brings love.
It does.
Thing, you know? Like,
it does, and
I love food.
You connect over food more than anything else, I think, in your entire life.
Food and music.
Yeah.
Food and music.
Music can
Two best
divide
things in
as
the world.
much as anything. I tend to find food doesn't, because you have so much of a selection of different types of food that like no one ever seems to go, oh, you like that, other than pizza and pineapple.
Disgusting.
Josh wants to know what sort of animal a brisket is.
Where do you capture your brisket? Where do you get that?
Do you hunt it with a spear?
Down Brisket Lane.
Down in Brisket Lane. No.
The muffin man.
Right, I think on that happy note, we will go and eat some meat. How does that sound?
Let's do it.
Right, I would just like to say thank you so much for coming on, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, honestly.
to
Thank
come
you.
down.
Thank you for having us at your humble abode. Like,
It's massively appreciated. So, Broken Jaw, thank you very much.
Cheers.
I didn't mean for you to.
No.
Oh my god, it's so tender.
I can keep cutting.
That was that intrusive thought coming out.
It's still warm. Oh my god. That's the best thing I've ever had in my mouth. Sorry to all my exes.
Yet. I swear it gets better with each taste as well.
What was that stuff called? Black gold.
Yeah.
Can you cook my Sunday dinner every week?
I'm not eating a whole brisket, you're going to eat half of it. We're going to have like Motley Crue with 5 tour buses with 5 smokers. Living on the edge. End beat.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. You haven't said a word. I've never known you to be so quiet.
I can't say a word. Josh, you know why I said I love you outside? I actually mean it.
You didn't try and interview us while we were eating.
We're working at that.
Yeah.
You're an idiot, mate.
He'll look at. He'll say he doesn't want
He's
any
the
food,
most
and then he'll look at what you're
stingy
having, and you go, "I don't want that," and try and get some off.
So I just need you all to rate my meat really quickly.
Jesus!
Out of 10.
15.
Ooh, shit.
I feel like it's on that scale, isn't it? Yeah. It's above the 10. You can't say that it's just 10. Like it's too
Best
good.
ever.
The problem with it is that it needs more.
There's just not enough of
It's
it.
just not enough.
Your meat's too small.
We have large gaps to fill. And so I feel like every time you took a bite, you savor it, and then you'd be like, I need more.
You get excited about
And that's the best thing is when you need more of something. Like, so yeah, I would say John's correct on the 15.
Say that.
Definitely 15.
Oh,
Good meat.
good meat. I have good meat.
Great meat. Great meat. Pang meat.
I'm gonna go 1 up and 16.
Ah, so we.
And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more. Save me from myself. These tainted dreams go round inside my head. The suffering, they suffer while they bleed. So take me in this life. So if I look left, will you look right? Guns won't save you. Well, knives take lives. So if I keep left, will you stay